Na mkinitaka, mkiniita, nitaitika. Sawa? Nikiitwa nitaitika.
Raila Amolo Odinga should come out clearly and take up the job and forget about local politics. And I'll tell you why. The majority, I think, number one, Raila Amolo Odinga must have thought about this process for a very long time. As you know, he's a smart guy. He's not a fool. He would not have picked it up and running with it in weeks. Raila Amolo Odinga has thought about this thing. He's been toying around with this idea for a while. And when he announced it, which by the way surprised a lot of people, and I would dare say, including Oburu Odinga, because a few weeks before then, Oburu was on record saying things about Raila is going nowhere and what have you. Raila Amolo Odinga should stick to the plan. And you remember, I did a video about a month ago and I asked, was Raila pushed or he jumped? When you talk about pushing and jumping, you're essentially talking about somebody on some floor who either has committed suicide. So the question will always be, was he pushed or he jumped? So I did a video about a month ago and I asked the same question. Was Raila Amolo Odinga pushed or did he jump? Well, it's still suicide, and for a reason, and that is the reason why I used pushed and jump. Because Raila Amolo Odinga actually, in my view, jumped. He was not pushed. I say suicide for just an expression, but really, depending on how you look at it, you see, by jumping out of the local political presidential run, Raila Amolo Odinga still committed suicide in the sense that in 2027, he will not be there. Even if he was pushed, it would still be the same thing. He would not be there. You see, the reason why Raila Amolo Odinga's decision to go for the AU job is well thought and well planned is because, just look at it like this. Raila Amolo Odinga will not win 2027. That I can assure you. I can guarantee you. So the decision, just looking at it from that angle alone, the fact that he's left that race is good for him. You see, number two, if it comes to the way people say it, because some people say it quietly, but I'll tell you, some people say that Raila does business, especially in Luoland and Nyanza, that he's not really interested in running for president. He keeps selling his win. I don't know. But people talk about it. And they don't want to tell you. So whether he sells it or he actually loses, or for some reason, like the way we think, Raila sometimes doesn't really actually tighten all the screws when going for presidential election. He does the bigger part. But this little thing of tightening screws, number one, don't support governors, because when you support governors like Anyang' Nyong'o, Orengo, Gladys Wanga, what happens? If you support those governors against the will of the people, certainly the people will not go to vote for them. And as a result, the governor will still go through, but Raila will remain. 200,000 votes that actually Ruto beat Raila with could have been cleared by just votes in Luo Nyanza alone. So Raila Amolo Odinga does not screw his balls when he's running for president. The other thing is obvious. You see, you have to invest in polling agents. As in the last election, did he have any serious polling agents in Mount Kenya? The answer is no. Did he have any serious polling agents in Rift Valley? It's still no. Raila Amolo Odinga does not tighten his screws when it comes to elections. So that's the second reason why Raila Amolo Odinga should actually still go for the AU position, for the AU job. When it comes to the deals that I talked about, or selling, he will make more money and he will be in charge of quite a bit. So let's not cheat ourselves. When it comes to the issue of his own stature, Raila Amolo Odinga is not just an ordinary politician. In fact, I dare say that Raila Amolo Odinga is the most gifted politician in Kenya. The most gifted. And he's been there for a while. You see, he is somebody who should retire with dignity. Can you imagine if Raila ran in 2027 and he loses? Which consideration which I think he did. How would it be? You know, he would have essentially gone back to Bondo. You see, so Raila Amolo Odinga should not confuse his supporters. He should go straight head on and tell them the straight thing. I'm out. Addis Ababa, no, I'm out. That is exactly what I expect those people who really like Raila Amolo Odinga to tell him. You see, these people, the reason why I know it's not Raila was not pushed, he jumped, he made a decision, is because I know Raila Amolo Odinga went through this. But being Raila Amolo Odinga and the way he's very considerate, the way he considered this, you know, he's influenced easily by his friends, you know, and things like that. He's looking at other things and now he's making an emotional decision instead of making a rational decision, which he had gone with before. And by the way, those people who are now saying that Raila is going, there will be no opposition, you know what? Do you pay Raila Amolo Odinga to oppose? If you elect a government, you stick with it. It's not that you elect somebody or you elect William Samoei Ruto and then when he brings taxes and what have you, now you are crying Raila Amolo Odinga is leaving you in the dark. No. He has a right, by the way, to go. But the thing should be, Raila Amolo Odinga should clearly tell his supporters, and I hope he was just trying to manage them, but he should clearly, in managing them, tell them that I'm out. He's out. He's going for the AU job. Let Kalonzo Musyoka actually be supported in 2027 and their running mate, maybe a female running mate as well. Let the governors vie themselves, let them fight for themselves. Let Raila Amolo Odinga maintain his stature and his name. But what do you think? Do you think Raila Amolo Odinga should come back? Nikiitwa nitaitika? Do you think that Raila Amolo Odinga is not being clear on this? What do you think Raila Amolo Odinga should do? Is it AU or not? Should he listen to his friends or should he just move on? I would really like to hear your comment on that one. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Talk to Africa